in a land shrouded by mystery and legend. There lived a ruler whose name would become synonymous with fear and power. Captured as a boy, forged in the fires of adversity, he returned to reclaim his throne. From the ashes of betrayal, he rose with a reign marked by terror and brilliance. A ruthless enforcer of his will, known for his macabre displays of power, earning him the name, the Impaler. But was he a tyrant driven by bloodlust, or a patriot defending his homeland? Journey through history, myth, and legend to uncover the true story behind the man who inspired Dracula, a hero to some, a monster to others. Join us, PastPixelsAI, as we discover the man behind the myth.
Our journey into the life of Vlad the Impaler begins in the heart of Transylvania, in the historic town of Sighișoara. Born in 1431, Vlad III came into a world of political intrigue and shifting alliances. He was the second son of Vlad II Dracula, a member of the Order of the Dragon. This chivalric order, founded by Sigismund of Luxembourg, King of Hungary, was dedicated to defending Christian Europe against the encroaching Ottoman Turks. The name Dracula means dragon in Romanian, and it was a title his father bore proudly. Consequently, young Vlad was known as Dracula, meaning son of Dracul or son of the dragon. This name would become legendary, echoing through history as both a mark of nobility and a harbinger of fear. Vlad's early life was marked by both privilege and peril. He had two brothers, Mircea and Radu, and together they were raised in a household deeply entrenched in the volatile politics of the region. In 1442, when Vlad was just 11 years old, his father made a fateful decision that would alter the course of his life. In an effort to secure an alliance with the Ottoman Empire and ensure his own political survival, Vlad II Dracul sent Vlad and his younger brother Radu to the court of Sultan Murad II as political hostages. This was a common practice meant to guarantee the loyalty of vassal states. At the Ottoman court, Vlad was exposed to a world vastly different from his homeland. He received a rigorous education, learning Turkish, Persian, and the art of warfare. Despite the cultural and intellectual enrichment, his years in captivity were marred by a profound sense of betrayal and humiliation. The conditions of their captivity were harsh. Vlad witnessed and endured the brutal realities of Ottoman discipline, an experience that would instill in him a deep-seated animosity towards his captors and profoundly influence his future methods of rule and warfare. Meanwhile, back in Wallachia, Vlad II faced mounting challenges to his rule. His decision to ally with the Ottomans did not sit well with his subjects or his political rivals, leading to a series of conflicts that ultimately resulted in his downfall and assassination in 1447. Vlad's elder brother, Mircea, met a similarly grim fate. From captivity in 1448, Vlad returned to a land in turmoil. His childhood had been consumed by political machinations, imprisonment, and family tragedy. These experiences forged a young man who was determined, ruthless, and singularly focused on reclaiming and securing his father's throne. With a deep understanding of both his enemies and the political landscape, Vlad embarked on his quest for power, a journey that would see him become one of history's most infamous and controversial rulers. Supported by the Ottomans, who saw him as a potential puppet ruler, Vlad seized the throne of Wallachia. His first reign, however, was short-lived, lasting only a few months before he was ousted by his rival, Vladislav II, supported by Hungary. Defeated but undeterred, Vlad fled to Moldavia, where he sought refuge and forged alliances. This period of exile allowed him to gather support and refine his understanding of the complex political dynamics of Eastern Europe. It was also during this time that he witnessed the military strategies of Stephen the Great, the ruler of Moldavia, which would later influence his own tactics. In 1456, with the support of the Hungarian regent John Hunyadi, Vlad launched a successful campaign to reclaim his throne. This alliance was pragmatic. Hunyadi needed a strong ruler in Wallachia to serve as a buffer against the Ottomans, and Vlad needed military backing to secure his position. Once back on the throne, Vlad III began a campaign of consolidation and reform. He focused on strengthening his control over the nobility, who were fragmented and prone to rebellion. Vlad's method of governance was as effective as it was brutal, employing fear and intimidation to maintain order and loyalty. One of Vlad's most infamous acts of consolidation came in the spring of 1457, known as the Easter massacre. During an Easter feast, Vlad arrested the boyars, the powerful nobility who had betrayed his father and conspired against him. He executed the older boyars on the spot and forced the younger ones and their families on a grueling march to Ponari Castle, where they were enslaved and compelled to build his fortress. This ruthless act not only eliminated potential threats, but also sent a clear message about his authority. Beyond his ruthless enforcement of power, Vlad implemented significant administrative reforms. He strengthened the central authority, reformed the tax system, and bolstered the defenses of his realm. His capital, Târgoviște, became a formidable stronghold, reflecting his vision of a unified and resilient Wallachia. Vlad's diplomacy was marked by shrewdness and opportunism. He navigated the treacherous waters of regional politics with a combination of cunning and ferocity. His relations with the Hungarian crown, the Holy Roman Empire, and even the Pope were part of a broader strategy to secure external support while deterring Ottoman aggression. However, the shadow of the Ottoman Empire loomed large. Sultan Mehmed II, the conqueror of Constantinople, posed an ever-present threat to Wallachian independence. Vlad knew that a direct confrontation with the Ottoman forces was inevitable. One of Vlad's earliest significant victories came in 1456, shortly after reclaiming his throne. Facing constant threats from both internal and external enemies, Vlad launched a preemptive strike against the Ottoman forces, leveraging his knowledge of the terrain and employing guerrilla tactics to his advantage. In the Battle of Albalena, Vlad's forces successfully ambushed and defeated a larger Ottoman contingent. This victory not only bolstered his reputation as a formidable military leader, but also served as a crucial morale booster for his troops and the Wallachian people. Perhaps the most renowned of Vlad's military engagements was the night attack of 1462. Faced with an impending invasion by Sultan Mehmed II, who led an army numbering over 150,000 men, Vlad employed unconventional tactics. Under the cover of darkness, Vlad and his men launched a daring surprise attack on the Ottoman camp. Using intimate knowledge of the terrain and psychological warfare, Vlad aimed to sow confusion and terror among the Ottoman ranks. His forces penetrated deep into the enemy camp, targeting key positions and creating chaos. Although Vlad did not succeed in assassinating the Sultan, the audacity and ferocity of the attack inflicted significant casualties and demoralized the Ottoman troops. Vlad's use of impalement as a method of psychological warfare was evident in his aftermath of battles. Thousands of impaled bodies left in the wake of his campaigns served as gruesome reminders of his power and deterrence against further incursions. This macabre display earned him infamy, but also ensured a measure of security for his realm. Despite his military successes, Vlad's reign was ultimately beset by political intrigue and shifting alliances. Betrayed by those he once considered allies, he was captured and imprisoned by the Hungarian king Matthias Corvinus in 1462. Though he would later regain the throne, his final years were marked by continued conflict and instability. In December 1476, Vlad once again faced the might of the Ottoman forces. Determined to defend his realm, he led his troops into a fierce battle near Bucharest. It would be his final stand. The details of Vlad's death remain elusive, with several accounts offering different versions of his demise. Some say he was betrayed by his own men, others claim he was killed in the heat of battle. One version suggests that Vlad was assassinated by disloyal Wallachian boyars who had conspired with the Ottomans. In the midst of the battle, they struck him down, seeking to end his tyrannical rule. Another account posits that Vlad was surrounded and overpowered by Ottoman soldiers. Despite his formidable combat skills, he was ultimately slain by his enemies on the battlefield. After his death, Vlad's severed head was reportedly sent to Sultan Mehmed II as a trophy, a grim testament to the end of a fearsome adversary. His body was buried in an unmarked grave, its location lost to history. Centuries later, the exact location of Vlad's grave remains a mystery. Some believe he was interred at the monastery in Snagov, while others speculate his remains lie elsewhere. Archaeological efforts have yet to uncover definitive evidence of his final resting place. Vlad III, known as Vlad Tepes or Vlad the Impaler, ruled Wallachia during a tumultuous period in the 15th century. His fierce defense against the Ottoman Empire and his ruthless methods of maintaining power have cemented his status as both a national hero and a figure of terror. In Romania, Vlad is often celebrated as a symbol of national resistance and independence. Statues, monuments, and place names commemorate his legacy, and his story is taught as a crucial part of the country's history. To many Romanians, Vlad is a patriot who defended his homeland against overwhelming odds. Tourism in Romania thrives on the intrigue surrounding Vlad the Impaler. Visitors flock to sites like Poenari Castle, often referred to as Dracula's castle, where Vlad held court and orchestrated his military campaigns. These historical landmarks offer a glimpse into the life of a ruler who has become larger than life. Vlad's posthumous transformation into the fictional Count Dracula by Bram Stoker in 1897 catapulted him into global popular culture. Stoker's novel drew inspiration from the historical Vlad's bloodthirsty reputation, creating an enduring character that blended historical fact with Gothic fiction. The name Dracula, derived from Vlad's father's moniker Dracul, meaning dragon or devil, further entwined the historical figure with the supernatural lore. Since the publication of Stoker's novel, Dracula has become a cultural icon, inspiring countless adaptations in film, television, and literature. Each interpretation adds new layers to the mythos, but at the core remains the shadow of Vlad the Impaler, a testament to the enduring fascination with his story. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the life and legacy of Vlad the Impaler. His story is a testament to the enduring power of history and myth. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell for more in-depth historical explorations.
A kingdom strife. You lived and bled a darkened life. The stories told in candles glow of victories and of endless woe. In valleys low and mountains high, the tales of lead refuse to die. With iron will and gaze so cold, a sovereign's tale forever told. The crescent moon, your guiding light. legend marches, leaves its trace. They feared your wrath, the Impaler's reign, where courage met with endless pain.